welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Shannon. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. Thanks for clicking on this video. It would also mean the whole world to me if you could go down there and click subscribe. So in today's video, we've just done this really glam, pink, purple, orange eye look. It's not my favourite I've done, but I had lots of fun filming it. So if you do want to see how I did complete this look, then please keep watching. So I'm going to start off with moisturiser, and the one that I like to use is by GLAM and it's just the Water Burst moisturiser. This is the best moisturiser I've ever used, easily. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this all over my skin just to moisturise before we put anything else on it. Also, yes, I've accidentally dyed the top of my hair purple with purple shampoo, but we're just going to ignore that. So now that we're all moisturised, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer as I always use. It's literally the best primer ever. You can get it from Superdrug and it's about £6, I want to say. I'm just going to pop this underneath my eyes, on my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then just the rest just on my forehead. I never used to believe in primers, but ever since using this one from e.l.f. I've literally been hooked on it, and I just think my makeup never looks the same unless I use this primer. So moving on to foundation, this is a new favourite of mine. If you haven't watched my testing Thin Lizzy full face of first impressions, I will leave it up here and link down below. Make sure you go check that out after you finish watching this one. But this is the Flawless Complexion Liquid Foundation. It's a liquid to powder foundation, and it is full coverage as well. So I'm going to pop some of that all over my skin. I feel like it's the perfect texture and it's full coverage, so let's cover up all those little spots that I've got going on. So normally I would use a beauty blender to blend this in, but I'm going to be testing out this today. So this is the Thin Lizzy blurring brush. So we're going to give this a go and see how it blends out the foundation, see if it takes it all up. Okay, I'll never use a brush to blend in foundation, so this is like really weird for me. It feels so weird just rubbing this against my head. It's awkward to hold. The brush is really soft though, but it's just a bit of a weird one. It's good for blending down your neck, but I think I'm going to go back over with a little bit more on a beauty blender, just because I feel like it gives a little bit more coverage than the brush. I feel like that's kind of wiped a lot of it away, so I'm going to go back in and just touch it up. I feel like with the beauty blender it really pushes it into your skin, makes it look a lot more seamless. There's that mixed reviews. I feel like using it dry, it gives you a lot more coverage, but some people prefer a brush. But I'm just not a foundation and a brush kind of gal. I'm all about the beauty blenders. There we go, that's the coverage we wanted. So it does look a bit dewy now, but it does dry down into a semi-matte finish because it is liquid to powder. So the foundation is in the shade Minx, I don't think I mentioned that. Now I'm going to move on to concealer, and I'm going to use, again, Thin Lizzy Flawless Complexion Concealer. This concealer is the best concealer I've ever used. It's got the most coverage, it doesn't go cakey, it doesn't crease. The only thing is I picked these shades online, so I also picked this up in the shade Minx. I don't know why I would have done that. Like, what was my logic getting the foundation and concealer the same shade? Well done. But I do love this concealer anyway. So it's not going to be brightening, but I might mix in a little bit of another concealer to brighten, but just for the coverage I'm using this. This is honestly best concealer ever. So I'm just going to pop a little bit underneath my eyes and then just cover any spots that I've got going on. So I'm just going to blend that in with a beauty blender, and then I might add a little bit of a L'Oreal concealer that's a little bit brighter. What under eye circles? What tiredness? I'm not tired, girl. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to throw in a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. Literally the tiniest little bit. A little bit just like that. And a little bit on my forehead, nose and chin just to brighten, because the other concealer is the exact same shade as the foundation, so we do want my face to look a little bit brightened. This foundation and concealer is my favourite combination ever. Throwing it out there, ever. So I'm going to cream contour. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm using, as always, the MUA Pro Base Cover and Conceal Kit in the shade Sienna. And I just dip into this warmer one on the end, as you can see. I really like this one. So I'm just taking it on a Real Techniques stippling brush. And I'm just going to start cream contouring with this. I picked up a little bit too much, so I'm just going to take it on my forehead as well. I really want to try the Primark foundation sticks. Jordan Lipscomb uses one for her contour. So if you've used them and think they're any good, let me know. And then once the whole lockdown situation's over, I want to take a trip to Primark and see what they've got in there. Or I might do a testing Primark beauty video. So let me know if you want to see that one as well. I don't think I've ever used Primark makeup. I use Primark lip liners and lipsticks, but I've never used actual foundation, concealer, anything like that. So if you do want to see that video, let me know. It does look scary when I start doing this, but it always blends out. Don't worry. I used to do this and then be like, oh my god, I've used way too much, and then blend it and then it's all good in the hood. I'm going to take it along my jawline as well, because all I'm doing in quarantine is eating, so we need to disguise the double chin. And then I'm just going to take the beauty blender and just bounce that all over the top, just to soften it all out a little bit. Can't believe. Okay, I'll tell you the story. I decided last night that I thought it was a good idea to mix conditioner and purple shampoo and just put it on my hair and sleep in it to make a purple mask. Definitely wasn't a good idea, because now I've got half purple hair, half silver hair. Great. So now I'm just going to take some Rimmel Stay Matte and just pop it underneath my eyes just to set that. I don't really know what eye look to go for today. I feel like I'm going to have to do purple, since I've got purple on my top and purple in my hair. Still not over it. I want to kind of tie it all together, so I think I'm going to do something with purple. I literally feel like I just use the same old makeup all the time. So if you've got any recommendations for bronzer as well for me, let me know. This is the Revolution Ultra Bronze Bronzer. I'm just going to go over where I've just cream contoured. I'm going to take a little bit down my nose as well. So lighting's not the best, I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to my new camera. I've got a new camera, by the way. I've got the G7X Mark II, so if the quality's a little bit better, that's why I decided to treat myself to a new camera while we're in lockdown, so the quality can be better. And I just fancied a new camera, to be honest. I'm still kind of messing around with lighting and things like that, and like the brightness, so let me know if it's too dark. Kind of looks a little bit dark from where I am. I feel like I should be maybe sitting here. We live and we learn. So next, I'm going to be moving on to blush. So this is the Thin Lizzy Blush Trio, and I've never really been into blush, but since I got sent this little shade here on the end, this is Peaches and Cream. They're all like baked blushes, but this little peachy one on the end is a bit of me. So I'm going to use the Thin Lizzy brush as well. I'm going to apply it, not just on the apples of my cheeks. I like to bring it up a little bit. I think having a lot more colour in my face makes me look a lot more alive. I'm going to pop it on the apples of my cheeks and then also take it up a little bit higher too. Love this. So if you are thinking of getting a blush palette, this one is the one for you. It suits every skin tone as well. So now that the base is pretty much, we forgot highlight. Hold up. So for highlight, I'm using the Sleek highlight palette in there. I'm going to dip into this goldy champagne coloured one down here. Wait until you see this. Are we ready? Even though you've got a little bit of glow going on from the blush, you're not ready for this. There she is. And then just follow it down here. Oh my god. Look at the difference. Like, that's subtle, but then that's like, poof, I'm here. I'm going to pop a little bit on the end of my nose and then on my cupid bow. Ooh. I've just had a brainwave. Maybe we'll use this somewhere today. There's like a purple highlight in this palette, so we're doing a purple look. So I might use that. So I'm going to keep that here next to me, just in case we decide to use it. I'm going to quickly fill in my brows with the Revolution. I think it's called the Microblading Brow Pencil, but it just literally says Revolution on there, so I'm not really sure. I'm going to quickly fill those in off camera, because I can't do it with the light in front of me. I need to turn the light off. I know that's weird, but be right back. I'm going to do a little transition. They're on. I just run some clear brow gel through them. This is the Revolution Pro Clear Brow Gel. And I do like to spike my eyebrows up a little bit, just so they look a lot more full. I used to love my eyebrows being so neat, so sleek, but now I'm all about the messy, fluffy. So now it's time to move on to the eyes. I'm literally just winging it at this point. I don't know what I'm doing. We're bringing out the little James Charles palette. This is on sale, by the way. I'm not sure if it's still in stock because I haven't looked, but it's on Morphe. This is normally £38, but I think they was doing it for like 20 for the James Charles palette. What? So I guess my little colour palette is going to be down here today. Definitely going to be using some purple. Might throw in some orange and pink as well. Why not? As long as there's some purple in there to match this absolute mess, we're all good. And I do have a new set of brushes to use. We love new brush day, so I've needed some new eyeshadow brushes for the longest time. Have you been using the same crusty dusty Real Techniques ones for years now? So I finally got some new Morphe brushes. So I am going to be using those today. So now, what do I do? Have a little chocolate break. I'm going to go for this one. They don't have numbers or names or anything on them, so I can't tell you that. It's kind of short and stubby, so it's quite dense. And then I'm going to dip into the dark purple from the James Charles palette, which is this one here. I feel like this is one of the looks where I definitely should have done my eyes before my base, because this is going to go everywhere. Didn't think about that, did I? So now I've got plenty on the brush. I'm going to start by packing it onto the outer corner. Just by dabbing to begin with. Just like that. Maybe. We're winging it. Boys and girls, we're winging it. I'm just going to bring it upwards a little bit more. I'm still just dabbing. I'm not doing any rubbing at the minute. I feel like I want to blend pink next, but I don't know whether to go for Skip, which is the bright pink, or this one here. Maybe I'll do a mix of the two. We'll go for that. So on the same brush, I'm just going to dip into Skip, which is the bright pink, and then into the darker pink as well. Just so we get a mix of both. I'm just going to take that next to the purple. Again, just dabbing it on. I'm not going to worry about putting it on my actual lid because we are going to do a cut crease as always. Just like that. So that's what we have so far. And then again on the same brush, I'm going to dip into this bright orange again from the James Charles palette. And then I'm going to pack that into the inner corner and blend it into the pink. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is kind of just like a little dot, and then without taking any extra product, I'm just going to take that around the edges and just blend out these edges a little bit. I'm going to take a really light hand and just go in little circular motions just to blend out the edges. I'm going to go around every colour and do the exact same, lifting it up and blending it out. I might deepen up the colours a little bit, and I'm just literally winging it here, sorry about that. But now I'm going to dip into this kind of reddy orange shade here with the little nib brush. We're going to call it a nib brush. And I'm just going to deepen up in the crease where the orange is, just so that when we cut the crease it's a little bit more defined. And then again on the same brush, I'm just going to take the yellow and just pop that around the edge of the orange again, just to make it a little bit more blended. I had really high hopes for this brush, but I feel like it's literally just the wrong one to be using. So I'm just going to go back in with Skip, which is this bright pink down here, on that same brush, and then just blend out the edges of the pink. I want to take it a little bit higher, so it's more of like an up shape. And then for the purple, I'm just going to take this pinky purple colour down here and just blend out the edges of that. I'm praying that this all pulls through and looks good at the end, because at the minute it's just looking like a hot mess. Stay tuned to find out. I don't know what it is about this purple from the James Charles palette, but every time I use it I find it really hard to blend out. I'm just taking a clean brush around all the edges just to soften it. Now I'm just quickly just going to cut the crease, and I'm using the Revolution Super Size Concealer in the shade 6.5. I'm going to take it quite high and then kind of curve it in and stop it just after halfway. I feel like that could look cute, but we're going to give it a go. We're all in this together. Pray for me, boys and girls. Wow, that's not very good, is it? I didn't want to take it too high, but I feel like we're going to have to. Okay, so this is what we've got. We haven't took it all the way to the end. We've kind of stopped a bit further than I wanted to, but that is how we're looking so far. Not too mad at it, not too happy with it, but I suppose we'll have to do. So I'm just going to set that, and I'm just going to use the white eyeshadow out of the James Charles palette. I don't think I've ever used this. So I'm just going to pop that on top of the concealer to set it all down, because I do want to put some eyeshadows on top of some concealer. Now I'm just going to use this brush. It's kind of like a little, I would use this for a cut crease, but I'm not using it for a cut crease today. I'm going to dip back into the dark purple shade from the James Charles palette. Just go diagonal with it across the crease, just up to that corner. And then on a smaller version of that brush, I'm going to dip into the orange shade here, and maybe dip into that reddy orange next to it. Get a mixture of both on the smaller brush, and then I'm just going to layer that next to it. Try and blend them together the best that I can. And then on the same small brush, I'm just going to dip into the yellow and then take that just next to the orange. I don't know what it is, but I just cannot blend on top of concealer. I don't know how people do it. It's like a magic trick for me, honestly. It's a struggle. And it always turns out bad. We just have to leave it there before it gets any worse. So this is what we're working with. So now underneath my eye on this little flat brush, I'm going to take the purple. I'm just going to take that underneath the first half, and then I'm going to connect it as well to this over here. And then on the even smaller brush, I'm just going to take the orange and then take that from the inner corner outwards. And I'm also going to take the bright pink and just whack that in the middle, just to blend them together. That is what we've got so far. I'm not sure what to do for the inner corner. Ooh, actually, will this ruin it? Will it 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 ruin it? Maybe inner corner that. For the inner corner, I've just dipped into the purple from the Sleek highlighting palette, and I've just dabbed that into the inner corner, and I think that looks so pretty. So now I'm just going to quickly do the other eye, and then I'll be back. So now that both eyes are done, I feel like it looks a lot more put together. I'm going to use the Rimmel Scandalise mascara as always. This is my absolute fave. My camera's flashing, so hopefully it doesn't die. I'll apply a layer of that before we stick on some lashes. So I'm going to do top and bottom lashes. For lashes, I have been sent some lashes by We Love Lashes. They're like a website that stocks so many different brands of lashes. So I've got 2 pairs here to choose from. I've already used these ones before. So these are the Doll Beauty lashes in Esmeralda, or I've got the Doll Lash in Brandy, which I've never used. But the Esmeralda ones are a little bit more full. So I'm sorry for the angle or the lighting or anything to change. My camera did just die. But I've just gone ahead and applied the lashes. In the end, I went for the Doll Lash in the style Esmeralda because they are a lot more full. So this is what we have now. So next I'm just going to line my lips. I'm going to use the Primark lip liner in the shade Toast. I use this lip liner every single day, every single time I wear any lipstick. Just because it's like a perfect in-between nudie shade. And it goes with any lip colour pretty much. These lip liners are honestly so good, and they're £1. £1. So next I'm just going to pop on a gloss. I'm going to use the I Heart Revolution I Heart Chocolate Lip Gloss in Honeycomb. It's just like a nudie brown colour. I feel like a nude lip is a must when we have a bright eye look like this. And this actually smells like chocolate as well. If you've never smelt them, you're missing out. They literally smell like chocolate. And that is it. We are all done. So this is the finished look. So I definitely wanted to use purple because of this situation. You can't really tell on camera, but in person it's literally bright purple. But this is the finished look. So we've gone for a purpley, orange and pink blend with a half cut crease and then a big full lash, which we love. It's not my favourite look I've done, but it's not my least favourite. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more from me. And other than that, I'll see you in my next video.